Now, over time, those 2 years of doing the research, saving up that money, and then buying the RV, I'd saved up nearly $20,000 to $25,000. I spent over a year living in an RV, and every month I got that number down to a pretty insane number that I'm pretty proud about, and something that I am proud to teach you guys. So that'll be a fun video. I had about 25 grand saved up before I started this lifestyle and before I built my RV into an off-grid warrior. Good morning, travelers. Welcome back to the For Earth Show. My name is Philip Murillo, and it is so good to see your beautiful, smiling faces once again. Today, I am in my studio because obviously, you know what happened last time I went and checked out my RV. Literally not 5 minutes of me getting back at the RV. I'm trying to get her over here into like a beautiful spot so we can shoot this video. She gets stuck in the mud. Are you kidding me? Are you freaking kidding me? And that video, how to get your RV or van out of the mud, is coming very soon. So before we start this video, I want to explain that this is one of many videos coming out relating to the topic of money and how it correlates with the RV van life lifestyle, because it's a question I get asked all the time. Any van lifer or RV lifer will tell you they get asked this question all the frickin' time. So I'm directly speaking to you, the future traveler. If you have any questions that you want talked about in greater detail, please comment them below. Try to find me on Instagram at the For Earth Show or wherever it is. Reach out to me and ask your questions so I can make a whole separate video, because I'm sure that other people have the same exact question of you, but they might not reach out and then it doesn't get answered. And I'd love to answer any questions that you have. And today we're just touching a small toe into the big ocean of this sort of topic. So seriously, if you have any questions at all, I love helping people live a more adventurous lifestyle and would love answering your question in a whole video. So let's do this. Man, I've been drinking this stuff all day. Cold brew that I made, it's freaking delicious, but I've been so hyped up all day. So let's get right into it and talk about my experience. And I'm gonna try to be as transparent as I can, because I truly wanna help you guys live a well lifestyle on the road. I want you to live your dreams. I want you to fulfill everything that you want to live. I want you to live a great lifestyle on the road, or adventuring, or traveling, or just out of your backpack, whatever it may be. I want to be as transparent in my experience, so I'm not jumping around questions, leaving you guys with unanswered questions. I want to answer anything you have to ask, so let's get right into it with the first few steps that I took to live this lifestyle. So the first step I took in saving up for something like this, for an RV or van, I didn't really know at the time what I was gonna buy, is I needed multiple sources of income. I needed to save as much money as I possibly could. And this was probably a year or two before I even found the RV for me, right when I was kind of doing the research and understanding a little bit more about how much it cost. The numbers that were thrown around at me was like 10 grand to build this van out and another 20 or 30 to buy the van. So I was looking at like, wow, this lifestyle, just to buy the damn thing is like $30,000, $40,000. I was like, there's gotta be an easier way to do this, to have all the amenities, say like solar and water and a sink and kitchen and bathroom, to have all that type of stuff. It seemed like you could do it a lot cheaper than these like big $100,000 builds. But all I knew at that point, 2 years before I bought my RV, was I needed to start saving up a lot of money to start this lifestyle. And that's probably the most difficult thing to do, is saving up money and be consistent with that, because things happen. Your car breaks down, you have a life, like things come up, and you need to just start spending a lot of this money. So like I was saying, I needed to find multiple sources of income, so I just started taking any and every job I could. I already worked full-time at Starbucks, working 35, 40 hours a week. I had my summer job of filming Little League football, which paid pretty well each weekend. I became a handyman for people, I dog sat, I house sat. I had all these sources of income in different jobs, and basically 80 to 90% of those checks that I would get went straight into my travel fund. And I just started putting hundreds and hundreds of dollars into it every week, as much as I basically could. And with my life going that direction, where I was basically just saving 80 to 90% of my checks, then it moved into step number 2, which meant I started to take a step back from life. Now, step number 2 is all about stepping back from the life that I was basically living before, hanging out. I had just moved out recently, so I was paying rent, I was paying electricity and water bills and all that fun jazz. I still had to pay for gas, my phone, things like this. And I was spending a lot of money, and all the extra money I had was just going straight into this travel fund. So I started stepping back a little bit about that life that I had been living before, hanging out with friends or going to shows. I started just realizing, like, I can't be doing this stuff. I can't be spending my money on useless things or buying alcohol or buying, weed. It was like, no, I gotta really hunker down and do this. And so once I realized that, yes, this is the lifestyle for me, this is the life that I truly need to be living right now, I started letting all my friends and family know that, hey, I'm sorry I'm falling off the face of the world, but I need to be doing this right now. I need to be saving up as much money as I can. I need to put it into an account that I know I'm just not gonna touch at all. And this is when things started getting very serious. I moved back in with my mom, so I didn't have to pay rent anymore. I told myself I'm gonna finish college and finish my associate's degree before I start doing this. I stopped going out basically at all, and so that I knew every paycheck that I was getting in my 4+ jobs was going straight into this travel fund. And I was trying to see how little money can I spend per week. Most of it was just like gas, getting from school and back, going to work and blah, blah, blah. And I was getting down to like only $100, $50 a week that I was spending. I rarely did anything because I knew that one day I would be traveling the world and I would be having a blast doing it if I could hunker down and be dedicated to this thing right now, which was saving all my money. Now, step 3, and it basically comes along with this van life kind of RV minimal nomadic lifestyle, is living a very minimal life. So I started just selling all my material things that I just didn't need. And a lot of this was like music equipment, gear that I had had for years and never used. A lot of it I tried to keep within my musical tribe, so it is still out there. But I wanted to at least get some money for it and then put that straight into my travel account. But with that, I got rid of a lot of things and a lot of things to worry about. I didn't have to store things at my mom's place. I didn't have to worry about if this would be okay or if, people would use this or whatever. I really started living that minimal lifestyle, getting rid of just all my stuff. Now, over time, those 2 years of doing the research, saving up that money, and then buying the RV, I'd saved up nearly $20,000 to $25,000. And this to me was a great stepping stone. I had finished school. I was ready to leave. I was so stoked on this sort of lifestyle. And so I started looking for my RV. I started looking just anywhere, and we ended up finding my RV right down the street from me, and that's for a later video. But I had about 25 grand saved up before I started this lifestyle and before I built my RV into an off-grid warrior. And this is basically just my experience with it and how much I saved up and how much I had going before I even started traveling. And if it relates to you, then awesome. Everyone has a different point of view on their lifestyle. Some people may have a family and they sold their house, they've sold everything they have, and now they have a little more money to buy a bigger RV or a camper. Some people might just buy the first van they see and just live very simply out of it. So it depends the type of lifestyle that you want to live. But like I said, this is just my experience, and this is obviously the first video of many talking about money. So guys, that is all I have for you today. I'm honestly really sorry that I'm just all over the place, don't really know what to talk about. I blame a lot of it on this cold brew and just having like very static, crazy mind right now. But anyways, this is the first video of many talking about money, and that is why I think I was so awkward in it, because I didn't really know like where to start with this sort of thing and what kind of information you want to hear. I mean, that is why I started the video with like comment below your questions so I can just answer them. But just asking like that big question of like, how much does it cost? Who's paying for it all? Like, where did you get the money? It's hard to just talk about that sort of thing. So really, seriously, comment those questions below, because then it'll help me make videos that are aimed, towards what you actually want to know and what you actually want to learn about. And then I can do my research, I can think back, I can go over my monthly expenses. Anyways, the first 4 videos that I have is how much it costs. And I kind of went over a little bit of that today, of like how much I saved up, but really how much it costs can be such a vague topic that I want to get deeper. Monthly expenses. I spent over a year living in an RV, and every month I got that number down to a pretty insane number that I'm pretty proud about, and something that I am proud to teach you guys. So that'll be a fun video. How to make money on the road is difficult, to say the least, for one person, but I want to go over how to do that as a solo traveler, because I was able to make money on the road. I was able to work for people in and out of my van, online, or just in real life. So that was a lot of fun. And then how to spend less on the road. Those are the 4 topics I have, because it can be a very cheap lifestyle. A lot of the money is upfront. Like I was saying in this video, I saved up nearly 25 grand upfront to start this life, to kickstart it. And now I have the RV, I have all the amenities that I need on board, and now I can just chill, go out, take it out whenever I want to, come back whenever I want to, and it's a very fun sort of lifestyle. But a lot of that money that people are very scared, I think, about making the leap is spending a lot of that money up front in order to buy the vehicle, in order to get it up to road legal, or like get the engine working or ready for off-grid living, say solar and like water and those type of basic amenities. So please, again, questions below, and I would gladly answer all of them. As always, safe travels out there, please, at all times. So much love, guys, and I'll see you next time for another video.
You have to be your biggest fan, and when things are really tough and really rough and nothing's working, but there's something inside of you that says, I just have to follow that, because you don't know who